What is the difference between a distributor, a sales rep, a producer's rep, and an aggregator? So a distributor is a company that does distribution of your movie, but legally, here's the difference. A distributor is a license deal. A license deal means that you are giving the rights to your movie to that distributor, to that third-party company. You're signing it over, usually exclusively, for a certain period of time, so they have the exclusive rights to sell your movie, and nobody else can sell it. Even you can't sell it because you gave them the rights. You didn't sell them the movie. You still own the movie. But basically, let's look at it like, say, an apartment rental. When you sign a lease in an apartment, then you exclusively have the right to use that apartment, but you don't own the apartment. The apartment building owner still owns the apartment. They can't give your apartment to anybody else. Only you can use that apartment for the term of your lease. Say it's 2 years. You have the exclusive use of that apartment for that period of time. That's what a license deal is. And you've leased your movie to a distributor or licensed it for a period of time, and only they can sell. That's what a distributor is technically. In an apartment deal, you pay. Crazy enough, in these distribution deals, you would expect a distributor to pay for the right to that license, which would be a minimum guarantee, but generally they're not giving minimum guarantees unless you can get one. So I strongly advise you to get one, as I talked about in my other video. That would be sort of the lease fee. But the ultimate lease fee is when they give you back revenue from your movie. That's what they're paying the fee for. A sales agent is legally and technically different than a distributor, although these days sometimes they're sort of used one and the same. An agent is somebody who puts two parties together to do a transaction. Unlike a distributor, the sales agent does not actually license your film from you. All they do is they connect you with a potential purchaser of your film. Say a sales agent might say, I will connect you with a streaming platform, I'd say Netflix, just for discussion purposes. And if you do a deal with Netflix, I will help you negotiate the deal. And if and when we do conclude that deal, I will take a commission on that sale, but you will license your film directly to them. Your contract will be between you, the filmmaker, and Netflix, the streamer. Say it's for $100,000 and the agent's going to take a 20% commission. They get $20,000 for making that deal. But you've dealt directly with the platform. Whereas a distributor, it would be a little bit different. You would license your film to the distributor, and then the distributor would license it to Netflix. So there's a third party involved, whereas in a true agency deal, there's no third party involved. They just get a commission for bringing two parties together. So let's look at, let's say the distributor's taking a 30% fee. So they would do the deal with Netflix. Netflix would pay $100,000. The distributor would take 30%, and they'd give you 70%. Less their costs. Whereas in, say, in an agency deal, if they're taking 20%, then their fee is only 20%. But what I like better about the agency thing is that your contract is directly with the customer as opposed to with a middleman. However, you might not want to get involved with that. That's more complicated and involves other things like delivery and marketing and all this kind of stuff. A producer's rep is more or less, say, a manager who is going to help you find a sales agent or a distributor. And they're taking not necessarily commission, but they might be taking a flat fee. Say, they're going to charge you $10,000 to connect you with a sales rep who will connect you with a customer, or with a distributor who will take your rights and license them. And then what is an aggregator? An aggregator is a third-party technology company that basically helps you make delivery to certain streaming platforms. They're just a technology company. They basically take your film, prepare it, they quality control it and check it so that the, say, streaming platform has no issues when they take the film and all the elements that are required to deliver that film. So often, a lot of streaming platforms require you to go through an aggregator or a distributor because those people are very well trained and have a lot of expertise in properly delivering the film to those platforms. And the platforms don't want to have all the chaos and everything of deal with a filmmaker who doesn't know how to do it. That's technically what these companies do, all right? And they charge you a fee. An aggregator will charge you, say, $1,500 to put your film onto, Tubi, let's say. It's not quite that simple, but let's call it that way. over the last couple of years, here's where the crossover has happened. Sales reps that are supposed to connect filmmakers with customers have sort of become distributors. So sometimes now they call themselves a sales rep, but they're actually taking the rights to the film the way a distributor would. So they're acting as a distributor even though they're calling them a rep. Sometimes a sales rep isn't going to actually connect you with a customer. What they're going to do is connect you with a distributor. That's really become the norm. So now what you're doing is you're paying a third-party company, a sales rep, to introduce you to a distributor. So let's say the sales rep takes 20% and the distributor takes 30%, and they sell to Netflix for $100,000. We're not going to deal with costs here, because normally there would be costs, okay? But Netflix pays $100 to the distributor takes $30,000. They submit $70,000 to the sales rep. The sales rep takes 20% of that, which is $14,000, so it's 20% of $70,000. So basically, you've paid $44,000 and you get $56,000, and you've been diluted, so another level. It doesn't matter what they call themselves. What matters is what they do and what the deal is. If a sales rep says to you, I want to sign a license agreement, then sure, they can call themselves a sales rep. I would call them a distributor. It doesn't matter what you call them. What matters is what the deal is. So make sure you know if you're actually granting rights to that company or they're just connecting you. A producer's rep generally shouldn't be involved in either of those things. They should just be setting you up with sales reps and distributors. Who knows? Maybe some producers reps now are taking rights as well. In legal terms, we call this substance and form. The form of what the title is almost of no consequence. It's the substance of what the service they're actually providing. So no matter what they call themselves, just make sure you know what the deal is. And then finally, an aggregator used to be literally just a technology company that would provide technical services and helping make delivery. These days now, the aggregators have started morphing into quasi-sales reps and or distributors. Some of them are taking rights, some of them are taking commissions between the platform they put it on and you. So they're taking a fee plus a percentage of the sales. This is all morphing, it's all changing. Every day it's a new adventure. I encourage you, don't worry about what they call themselves. What you have to be concerned about is what the substance of the deal is. So you either have a license deal where you give your rights, you have an agency deal where they connect two parties, or you have a service deal where they're basically providing you services to make delivery and, or in the case of producers rep, introductions.